Namaste, I'm Deepti Sehgal and I'm a Hatha Yoga teacher from India. I am a registered 500-hour Master Yoga teacher with Yoga Alliance International. I have learned traditional Hatha Yoga from Shivananda Yoga and Vedanta ashrams based out in India in Madurai. So from learning Hatha Yoga from India's most ancient traditional school to gradually getting into more different forms of yoga, learning Vinyasa Yoga, learning Yin Yoga, and now gradually learning Ashtanga Yoga, I have a deep passion for taking yoga forward, not just from the asana perspective, but also creating awareness about the energetic side of yoga. Any kind of asana performed is not just about the physical movement, it is also about that energy flowing inside the body, and how when we move in a certain posture with right alignment and right breath, ultimately also impacts the energy that flows inside our body, which has a deep impact on how physically we feel and how mentally and emotionally we conduct through the day. A sense in my practice that I carry forward is that whether you practice Hatha Yoga or you practice Vinyasa Yoga or you practice Ashtanga Yoga or even Yin Yoga, ultimately it is about taking your body in a specific posture, making sure that you use your breath as a tool to open up the blocked channels inside the body and get into that right alignment so that the meridians, the energy channels flowing inside the body just get into that right alignment so that through the breath all that energy can reach to different parts of the body. So this is the energetic side of how I look at yoga in my personal practice. So personally, it has been 8 years of practice, 8 years of learning, 8 years of practicing with different teachers and gurus, ranging in different kinds of yoga modalities. So my teaching style, when I am practicing Hatha Yoga or a Vinyasa class or Ashtanga Yoga class or even Yin Yoga, has to start with a very deep-rooted intention to be in the body, in the mind, to focus your breath and get into that right alignment, which actually starts with setting the intention for the class. So mantra recitation is a very important part of the beginning of any class that I go ahead with. Hatha classes is something that I'm really passionate about because it's a very beautiful blend of activity and relaxation coming in together. So in a Hatha practice, what I try to bring about is a deep sense of stimulation of course sympathetic nervous system, but also a deep sense of relaxation, trying to ignite the parasympathetic response to bring about balance with each and every posture that we go ahead with in a Hatha. Also, the classes that I design are very deeply rooted in the understanding of how traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda have looked at our body and mind as a united entity. So, and we know that different kinds of emotions have their house in different kinds of organ systems that we have inside the body. So, when we start stimulating different organ systems of the body, we are gradually also releasing the held emotions in those specific organs. For example, when we are working on the liver, we are not only working on the liver, we are also working on the angry energy body of a person. So the style of my classes is designed upon these ancient traditional yoga forms like Hatha, Vinyasa and Yin, but also when I get into variations, I keep in mind the different organ systems that we need to work on, and gradually we try to cover all the organ systems like lungs, digestive system, liver. So the idea of my classes and my practice is not just only based on the practice of that 1 hour of physical asana, but also aligning the energy and breath and alignment to make sure that it has sequenced impact on the mind. Also, since I am a macrobiotic nutritionist and I'm also an Ayurveda student, so what I bring along with me as a part of my teaching and education and knowledge is a deep rooted traditional yoga understanding, yoga philosophy understanding, bringing in the yoga lifestyle as a way of life rather than just practicing that 1 hour of a class. So which means there's a lot of yogic dietary talk that I keep bringing in between my classes. There's a lot of Ayurveda self-care practices which are an inherent part of our practice, because yoga is a science of purifying your body and mind. It's a detoxification process, and when you kind of combine that detoxification ideology with the kind of foods that you consume, with the kind of movement that you do, and with the kind of lifestyle that you live, you start to feel like amazing changes happening inside the body. And it's not miracle, it's the power of purification. So what inherently becomes a part of my yoga practice is not only asana practice, it is the entire yogic philosophy joined in with the yogic principles, with the Ayurveda principles and the dietary principles of energy that keep your energy levels up, that don't let you sink in into those negative feelings through the day. And that's what brings about that inside out, experience that you're looking for when you're going ahead with any kind of a yoga practice.